So guys, I just wanted to just give a little preface about the video. I kind of rolled two things into one here. I had the MXR V1 that had a fresh pinch, almost pretty much nearly new, given back from my engine guy. So we did that. That was a totally different set of instructions as per the engine guy. So we, broke in that fresh pinch according to his recommendations, right? Depending on who you send it out to, they'll have different instructions, or they might not have anything at all. They say you can go ahead and run it just a little bit rich, whatever. Do follow the specific instructions that they want to give you. It will prolong the life of your motor. As for the V2, that was a brand spanking new, fresh off the boat from Beach RC, and that required a little bit more detail break-in, so the idle tanks, and then the heat cycling, one or two, take it easy tanks, and then, start applying a race tune on that. So, again, everybody does it differently. This is one of the old school methods. There are other services out there. If you don't want to do it, it does take a little bit of time, but this is part of the hobby. You get to enjoy it, and I enjoy this part very much, even though it was a little frustrating as far as chewing up a starter box wheel. It happens, it's probably I only chewed up actually one starter box wheel since I've been doing this for a little while. So so just follow the instructions. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments as far as engine break-in or how these Ultimate MXRs run, which pipes you may need, which length headers you may need. I'll be more than happy to help answer any type of question you may have in regards to that. Available at Beach RC. Now let's get into the video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. B-Main here, aka Marco. Today's video is all about engine break-ins. I got two different types of engines to break in, both Ultimate MXR V1 and V2. The V1 just came back from my engine guy as far as needing a repinch. So pretty much with that, we're going to do first tank quarter throttle max, second tank half throttle max. We're going to shut it down, cool it off, reheat it, restart it. Third tank will be third quarter throttle max, and then the fourth tank we'll start leaning it out progressively full throttle, and then we can put a race tune on it. So, and then as far as the new V2 that I have to do is the full break-in. What I'm going to do on that is 2 to 3 idle tanks, and then we're going to heat cycle possibly 3 to 4 tanks. So what we're going to do is on the heat cycle, what I mean by that is heat it up on the box, start it, drive it around about quarter to throttle to half throttle, and get the temperature up to between 250 to 260. Shut it down, let it cool down, and then rinse and repeat. So we're gonna do that here. It's a overcast day, about mid-50s here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. I don't really like to break in motors in the 30s and 40s, which it's been kind of here in the mountain. So we do have a system moving in as far as rain, so I'm going to try to get this done as quick as possible, but we're going to do it right. So come along and watch me how I break in my engines. So right here we got the NB48 2.2. That's got the V1, and this is the one that has the fresh pinch. And then this is our V2 that's in truck, and the NT48 2.2. This is going to be a little bit more thoroughly involved break-in. So yeah, so we're going to do that, and we'll get back to it. All right, guys, the first order of business will be to take your heat gun. All right, and you're going to heat up the crankcase and the head. You want to get the engine nice and warm to about maybe 200 degrees, and then it'll be good enough to go ahead and start, especially on these freshly pinched motors and brand new motors. All right, so let's get that going. that should be just about good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and prime it. Try to do this with one hand here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try to prime it. Make sure you cover the head because it's hot. Okay, so that should be good to go. Take our transmitter. First tank at about quarter throttle max. Alright, so this is trying to do this one hand, guys, so forgive me. I did let it sit for a little bit, so it's taking a little while to clear out. I'm running it nice and rich on that first tank, quarter throttle max. Okay, this is the second tank. Half throttle max, a little bit less maybe. Important thing is nice and rich. You need to lean out the low speed just a little bit, just to kind of, you know, not be as sluggish, but this. Still plenty of blue smoke coming out the pipe. Alright guys, so we're all done with the MB48 2.2. Put 4 tanks, progressively increasing my throttle range. Since this was a repinch, pretty much almost brand new. So as a recap, we did first tank quarter throttle max, second tank half throttle max, third tank 3/4, and then fourth tank we did up to full. And then I did so I put a little bit of a race tune on there after that, and she's coming around. So we did run a little rich as well during those tanks, and you can, you know, some rich, so which is good. Plenty of blue smoke coming in. So this one's good to go. Don't forget, set it bottom dead center at the end of every heat cycle. So yeah, this one's good to go. Did the brakes a little bit. So now we're going to work on the Nitro truck, which is a brand new motor. So just a little pre-word, I guess I should have put in the beginning of the video. This is the old school method. I prefer this method. It's just a matter of finding time. I understand some people don't have the time, and there are people or companies that provide a service to break in the engine with an oil bath, which is very effective. And I know of definitely Adam Drake does the oil bath, and maybe a few others. You know, so definitely check with your local engine guy or whatever the case is. So if you don't have the time to do that, me, I'm old school. I like to do it, just need some time. Weather's holding out, got a little more warmer out, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, we're gonna work on the truck. We're gonna do 3 tanks of idle. I'll show you a little bit of that. I won't show you all 3. I know it's kind of boring. And then we'll do the heat cycling for the next probably 4 tanks. So I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys, so we got the first 2 tanks done. First one was done, quarter throttle max, filled up, hot lap. Second tank, half throttle max. I did have to lean out the low speed needle just a little bit. So starting to load up just a little bit. So now we finished those first 2 tanks. We are letting it cool down. So at the end of that second tank, once the engine died, you got to make sure you put the piston back down at BDC, or bottom dead center, so that when the piston cools down, you don't want it stuck in the up position, because that's going to be extremely tough and difficult to put it back down. Usually you need some pliers to turn the flywheel, and that just marks up your flywheel and all that. You don't want all that stuff. So right now we're just kind of hanging out, letting it cool down. Let me show you some of the tools that I'm using. Pretty basic stuff. I did bring some of the basics like Allen drivers and whatnot, just in case. I always like to bring it along. But first and foremost is our ProTech RC glow igniter. I just bought this. Seems my TLR one disappeared on me, so which happens. Pretty cool. I mean, it's a NIM battery, 5,000 mAh, I believe. Yep. So I don't know if you can see that. So 5,000 mAh. Pretty much, I do have a little extension plug that kind of just plugs into that. I hook it up to my charger. That'll last probably quite a few race weekends. I know my TLR one did. So no big deal. So next one is my Ultimate Racing tuning screwdriver. Definitely recommend this. The only thing I don't like is the end is not rubber. So I usually use the ends to kind of stop the motors. It's fine. I mean, EB Mods also sell something, I believe, or quite a few different people sell different stuff. So so we have that. I also have my trusty ProTech RC engine temp gun. This works pretty good. I know the Exogen ones, which cost a ton of money, I don't know if they make them anymore. Those are super reliable, super good. You can also use like a handheld heat temp gun. I used that off of Amazon for years until I got this. This is pretty good because this will measure right at the glow plug. So you put this into the head. So you would just kind of put this in like that, and just kind of tells you. Obviously, I haven't run this one. She's ice cold. So that's that. So we got that, and let's see what else I got. Most importantly, obviously, fuel. Running that JTP Nitro Pro. What I love about it, so it is 28% nitro, 9% oil. It is colored, so it's easy to see in the tank. Some will say that it stains the tank, it stains your bottle. I can attest to the staining of the bottle. I don't really care about the tank. I know my boy Kevin, he has a thing about that, so, you know, well, he's entitled to it. I'll give him to it. So we got that. I do have 2 brand new gold plugs in there. I used OSP3. I have a gold in the buggy motor, and then a P3 silver in the truck. So a whole bunch extras. Sorry guys, trying to do this one-handed here. Did buy a few to get me through at least 1 or 2 races. If you want to save a few bucks, pro tip. Okay, not so pro tip. Samurai P3 golds. OS. So I keep them in here. It's good to have those just in case. I've never had a plug go on me during tuning, But what I will do is once I'm done breaking in the engines, I will replace the glow plugs. Make sure you have good old shop rag or something like that to, you know, cover up either the pipe or the head as you press down on the starter box. Once it's heated up, you don't want to burn your hand. That is not fun. I do have some Ultimate Racing after run oil, which I put in after I run. And let's see what else I got. RC fuel bottle, obviously my Black & Decker heat gun. I'm going to be trying out my Harbor Freight. I didn't buy the battery yet, but it's going to be a portable solution, so I don't have to worry about track power or anything like that. And then I have my ProTech starter box, and my ProTech starter box sling, I guess if you call it. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need the body. Make sure your batteries are fully charged. Just need somewhere to kind of do it. Right now I'm at my parents' house, which is about 20 minutes away from my house. They have some noise restrictions. Not really, but I just moved there. Have some elderly neighbors next door, so I do want to respect that. So need to hit up the wife for an electric basher for the backyard. So we're gonna go let the electro buggy motor cool down, and I'll see you back on the 3rd and 4th tanks. Alright guys, so finally got the starter box wheel replaced through Ultimate Racing for the ProTech box. It does fit exactly as it should. It is a little cold here. I know I always say don't do it in the cold, but I need to get this done. We'll do the idle tanks today, and then we'll do the running in, quarter throttle, half throttle, all that good stuff, heat cycling. Tomorrow we're supposed to be about hopefully 50 degrees. Right now it was tough, man. This is the number one reason why I don't like to do it in the cold. Trying to keep the heat in it was the biggest issue. Had to heat it up to about 260, and then my glow plug igniter died. So new mistake on my part. We live in the son of a bitch. She just died. So okay. So as you can see, bloopers do happen. So we'll chalk that one up to the highlight reel. Oh, seriously, no, it is like 34 degrees here. Feels like 26. Like I said, not ideal temperatures. I am holding it up with the idle up feature on my MB4. So the idle is just a little bit higher, just trying to keep the heat in there. You know, that wrapped around it, but that's not helping at all. So we'll try to do 2 more tanks of this. This is tank number 2. And then tomorrow we'll start the heat cycling. What's up guys? Day 2 here. A lot warmer temperatures out. It's about 50 degrees here in Pocono Lake. Got her idling much more better. Just turn up the idle just a little bit. And we're gonna let it sit for about 3 to 4 tanks. Got my little helper with me today. Say hi, Selena. Alright guys, so this is what you want to see. Nice and rich, oil spewing out. Look at that trail. The smell, can't beat it. Love it. Can't wait for outdoor season. Hopefully the weather keeps up. It's end of the bargain. Forecast is not looking great, but that could change 16 times between now and next Saturday. So, alright guys, so now we're kind of heat cycling the motor. Again, sorry for the bad videos. I'm doing this one-handed, and I have slicks on, so I'm gonna go switch after I do this heat cycle to some knob tires. So I'm giving it some light pressure because obviously you don't want the wheel spin to rev the motor higher. So I'm doing about half throttle runs right now. And we're gonna heat cycle 250, 260, let it cool down, put this piston at bottom dead center, cool down, and do another cycle, and do that about 4 to 5 more times. Alright, so we just got to about 252, 253, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, set that piston at bottom dead center, cool it down, and put down some other knobby tires on, because slicks on gravel road just don't work. Right, Selena? Alright guys, so engine braking's just about done. We did our heat cycling of about 4 to 5 tanks, and pretty much heating it up to about 250-ish, and then shutting it off, setting the piston at bottom dead center, cooling it down all the way, and rinse and repeat. So she's pretty much ready to go. I would recommend doing at least another tank or two as far as running it rich before you go ahead and put on, you know, a ballistic race tune on it. You do want to run it a little bit of rich. It will eventually, you know, the balls will drop eventually. Big shout out to my big help right here. She don't want to be on camera. Shout out to Beach RC Ultimate Racing. Yeah, so it's going to be a good season, hopefully. Still need to work on the setup a little bit on the Techno cars, so that I could be a little bit comfortable, more comfortable with them, getting close. So yeah, we will see you on the next one.